Jahdae Barron, the cornerback out of Texas, 5'11", 194, smaller guy, 29 and 5/8 inch arms. I was talking with, I think it was you, Lethal Lance, on the last show. We were talking a little bit about the where I saw him, and I was going off my notes from last year with him as a player because I was doing film breakdown on him last year, where he was more in the slot role last year than he was as an outside corner. This year moved to the outside corner role and really took to it. In fact, had a better year as an outside corner than he did as a slot. Where you get the fly in the ointment on this one is the 29 and 5/8 inch long arms. That is really, really small arms with the belief that you can have him play on the outside. I don't know if there's an NFL corner that's playing and starting in the league right now with under 30-inch long arms on the outside. It's very tough when contested catch situations, especially when you go up against those 6'2", 6'3" guys that can jump through the roof, to quite be able to contend. So I do still maintain that even though he played outside, even though he took steps forward as an outside corner this year at Texas, that he is going to be a slot guy at the next level. But that's not the worst thing. Like we've seen with the Amon St. Browns and the Jackson Smith and Jigbas and the Cooper Kupps, this is becoming more of an important position than ever. It is a starter on your defense. You need a guy who can handle these duties. And he showed you at this testing times, 4.39, 1.5, 10-yard split, that he's explosive, athletic, and fast. And he plays a lot like a Devon Witherspoon type does from that slot position, where he's going to play bigger than his size at 194 on tape. He's going to get in there and tackle. He's a blur all over the football field. He's just going to make plays. He's going to get his share of interceptions. You still do, I think, at this point, elevate him in the first round, but you do this not because I think you think he's going to play the outside corner and be a starter there. You might give him some snaps there, here, and there, but you're really doing it because you understand now that the slot wide receiver, the slot cornerback, has become more important than ever. And that this kind of guy that can be this impactful in on that slot position becomes all that much more valuable because of it. Last second, Jahdae comp I like is Brian Branch. I agree. He's not an outside corner, safety, star, or slot. Yep, I'm with that. I think probably more slot than he's going to be able to work to the safety. But, with this stuff too, Jesse, it's a lot of it. Well, you guys don't do this as much as you guys. You're a slot. You're going to stay a slot. But we do a lot of this where, your slot can end up as your cover 2 safety post snap at times in our defense. So there's stuff where he can do that type of stuff. But slot matters, man. And I like the Brian Branch comp. He's every bit the willing tackler that Branch was coming out. Branch was probably a little bit better tackler. He's probably a little bit better cover guy coming out as far as one versus the other. But to your point, Branch is going to be this is what happens with this. Branch will be a big driver to getting Jahdae Barron into being a top 20 pick. Whereas with Branch, I think, if I'm not mistaken with Branch, did he go first round? I want to say he was second round. So whereas he in his draft goes second round, this is where a guy like that can push up another guy. I think you'd agree on this, Jesse, where this can then take that guy from a prior draft who's had the success and then elevate this other guy as people start to look at that guy and go, that we want to get a guy like that on our team. We need one of those. And this guy looks just like, and then, well, rather than now two drafts ago, that goes second round. Now that guy gets kind of pushed up a little bit because of the success of other players that have a kind of a similar kind of outlook and makeup to him a bit. But Barron's fun. He's a good player. He's got some similarities too as well to Witherspoon a little bit in that way. They're both kind of small guys that play big.